Hey guys, constantly back with a video, and this one is going to be an attack strat, the Zap Quake Lalo at Town Hall 9, obviously. So basically, in this video, I'm going to go over the army comp, the bases to look for, what ADs you want to zap, what to do, or what really to look for in a base as far as where the queen is, where the CC is, and just general pathing and spells and all that good stuff. So first we can hop in to right with the army comp. With the Zap Quake, you're obviously going to take out one of the air defenses, one of the 4 air defenses. So generally, as far as Town Hall 9s go, and I wouldn't say this is even true that much anymore, just because of how good the loons are and really where the air defenses are positioned in the base. But generally speaking, you want one more hound than air defense. So this is a standard comp. 2 zaps, 1 quake, 4 hastes, CC hound, and a poison, and then and you could play around with this. You don't generally need 22 loons, so you could do maybe 20 or even 18 or something like that, and bring more cleanup, like a baby drag or more minions, all that good stuff. So basically, it's like the old Penta comp where you would just bring 420 and then CC hound. But this, you're bringing in less hounds, and some don't even pop sometimes, so you definitely want to make sure that you have a minion or a baby drag for cleanup, maybe even 2, because a lot of the time the baby drag off this is used off the start to help with the CC and the queen. But yeah, we'll hop into a base and kind of pick it apart and see what you really look for as far as this attack goes. Alright, so this is the base that we're going to kind of be taking apart here. And right off the bat, you can kind of tell this queen is offset. And this CC you can reach from over here. And then from this, this was actually a cleanup attack, so I knew it was in the CC, and it was a hound. And when it is a hound, you really just want to avoid the CC at all costs. This way, your queen and your king can just deal with the enemy queen, and then the CC just won't be pulled. So as you can tell, or as you can notice, you can kill the queen from either this side or this side. But if we started from this side, you could have heroes probably walking down here and then luring that pesky hound. So what I did was I just dropped a minion right up here to funnel, and then my queen and king over on this side. Then by doing so, I'm going to take out the archer towers and the queen, and after that, they're kind of done. It's all just Lalo at that point. You kind of hope they pick up maybe some cleanup buildings, some trash or whatnot, but basically right after that, they're done for them. All right, now we are going to look at what AD we should zap. And really what you want to look for is you want to make sure your hound's path in the best way that's going to cover for your loons, and tank as long as they can. So the best one that you're going to be able to do is going to be this center one here, and that way you kind of have this L shape that goes right across the base and tanks for those wizard towers, the X-bows, the archer towers, and all that good stuff. So we'll take this air defense out here, and that's the one that we're going to zap. And then after that, you need to pick what side is going to be best as far as starting your Lalo. And this is really kind of sweeper placements and wizard tower placements and all that good stuff. And at this one, the sweepers are facing this way and this way. So as you can tell, it's probably easiest if we just come in on this side rather than this side, just because you really don't have to deal with a sweeper pretty much at any point. And then by the time you do, your loons are deep enough in the base to just deal with the sweeper very quickly. And now what we want to look for is where we drop our hounds. So the hounds you want to drop over any spot that you can take, probably not that high because it might go to the wrong one. Any spot that will pick up the most air traps and the most air targeting defenses. So if we start it here, and here you pick up for this X-bow, the archer towers, air defense, and then we just are going to drop our loons in a way that help everything path right around smoothly in that L shape that we were talking about. So I dropped 4 loons right off the start here. I knew there was a Tesla in front, and then I dropped some loons here, and here, and then here. And this way everything's just going to kind of collapse to the core. The loons up top get dragged by a Tesla, and then from that they move to the X-bow, which is actually a lot better. So they pathed very well there. And then after that, the loons are going to be moving through there, and you kind of want to haste where you need it. Generally between air defenses or coming into spots with wizard towers or Tesla farms, anything like that, those are good candidates for haste spells. So next we are going to drop the next hound towards this air defense right here, this second air defense. And then you want to drop in some targeted loons behind. Oh, not the crop. Right there. And right here. And you want to make sure the mortars go down, because mortars actually can be very detrimental to loons. Not because they can attack them, but because they can mess up the pathing. And mortars generally are on the outside of the base. And that's why I say mortars, because most of the time people don't even put them inside their base. So say these loons went, the loons up top here went from the archer tower right up here, archer tower to cannon, and then they would go to the mortar. So it could get really tricky as far as if you don't deal with it early and make sure you have a clear path to the core, it can really ruin raids. And then now that we have that down, everything's going to be moving through here. And then the last hound we kind of want to drop here, and that way it can pick up the most air defenses and tank the longest for the wizard towers and other air targeting defenses. So that's pretty much going to do it there. And then generally you want to start your cleanup from the side that we started. Because obviously towards the end, the loons will take out this side over here and kind of move their way through the rest of the base that didn't get picked up already. Alrighty, so we will hop into the raid and kind of see how everything plays out. Alright guys, so here is the tack. And as you can see, these raids generally go pretty quick. As long as you get your cleanup down pretty early, the time on these are really, really fast. So I had over a minute to spare on this raid, and we'll kind of just hop in here and see how everything plays out. Alright, so I'm going to drop a minion down here on this camp, and that's going to set my funnel for my queen to make sure she doesn't walk down low and trigger that enemy hound. Don't want that hound to come out. because that could be hard to deal with. All those pups coming out could kind of ruin your raid. King's just going to tank for one of those archer towers. And then you're going to pop the ability, and that's just a deal with the enemy queen. And then right as that goes down, I start my Zap Quake. And now I Quake there. That way I get the most damage out of it. It doesn't really matter too much, but you know, any HP that you can get out of it is ideal. So I drop my first 2 hounds and first couple loons. Because there are so many loons, 22, you can come pretty heavy on all these drops. So everything's moving in here. I dropped the first 2 hastes, and that's just to get in through a bunch of different compartments and kind of get everything faster towards the core, and that'll help with pathing. And now this wizard tower and Tesla popped, and that's going down, so I dropped another haste going into there. I got a big old group of loons coming in. And then the last couple buildings are going to be going down here. Drop a haste for that wizard tower, because those, you know, are terrible for loons. I drop a couple minions to deal with those skeletons, and then the rest is just cleanup. Had a couple loons left over, so I just placed them down on the high hit point buildings. And then that's pretty much that. So very quick raid, and a very, very strong style of attack. As you can see, 1 hound didn't pop. I had a ton of loons up. Really just overkilled the base. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope it helps. This is generally for more of like a starting off type. But I know, you know, not all the 9s are, you know, doing as well as they want to sometimes. So hopefully this attack strategy can kind of get you out of any sort of slump, or can kind of just help you progress as a player and doing LaLoon, because I know a lot of people are ground only. Alrighty guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this video.